We're having the kind of weather that has me grinning from ear to ear. Yesterday, the low temp was 60 and the high was only 68. Girl, I had to do one of these right here because I was so thankful. Took the dog for a walk. I'm admiring all the Halloween decorations. All the harvest stuff is out and the kids are in school, so I get to enjoy the scenery in peace. Oh, glorious. Now, I know it might not feel like it for my friends down in Texas, but as for me and mine right here in Michigan, oh, it is fall, y'all. Hello, my loves. Tony here from TL Yarn Crafts, and welcome back. Now, I have always loved the onset of fall, especially as a crafter, but ever since I took up making my own sweaters a couple years ago, the fall time has become that much sweeter. Perfect timing too, because so many of my favorite designers have been cranking out crochet cardigans, vests, and sweaters like it is nobody's business. Today, I'm sharing with you 50 of my favorite pieces to go with your fall making. Now, if you already know this video is going to be a whole mood, go ahead and hit that like button followed by the subscribe button. You know you like it here. And I have to give a lot of love to everybody who is already subscribed because we just hit 800,000 subs right here on the channel after last week's video. I can't put into words how grateful I am. Just a big thank you to every single one of you. And as a token of my thanks, you can use code AUTUMN to get 20% off at tlyarncrafts.com for 7 days. And that coupon is good on anything, including merch, pattern bundles, as well as signed copies of my book, The Tunisian Crochet Handbook. And before we start talking crochet sweaters, we have to give some love to our Cup of Caffeine sponsor. And look at that. Oh, it's still warm. And today's cup of coffee is brought to you by our friend Stacy. And when donating, Stacy said, "Hi, I love your videos. You are so positive and you and your mom are very funny together. Go enjoy 2 cups of coffee." You ain't got to tell me twice, Miss Stacy. I got the first cup right here, and if mom doesn't show up soon, I will drink hers too. Now, if you like my videos and want to support my channel, buy me a coffee. Who knows, I might shout out in the next one. Now let's talk crochet sweaters. We've got a lot to get to in this video, so I'm going to break this up into a few sections, starting with cardigans. The Rosebud Cardigan by Knits and Knots. When she released her book, Modern Crochet Sweaters, Janine gave us the Rosebud Raglan. Now, I love that piece and it is a fan favorite, but we're talking cardigans. And did you know there was a Rosebud cardigan? Something about the tie on the belt and those pockets, it's got me going. The Tessellated Cardigan by Abby Made. As a fellow Tunisian crochet designer, I am always in awe of the things that Abby makes. This cardigan is an absolute stunner and it's sized from kids all the way up to 5XL, and it is sure to turn heads wherever you go. The Hexagranny Cardigan by TL Yarn Crafts. I had a blast designing this piece, so much so that I've now made 3 of these cardigans. This is the 3rd one. I love it. It's made with Barocco sesame. It's got a hood on it. It's got buttons and it's slightly cropped. So stinking cute. This piece is fully customizable and the tutorial video for this one goes above and beyond. If you really just need to rip off the band-aid and make your first crochet sweater, I would say this is the one. The Pemba Cardi by TL Yarn Crafts. Now, if you really want to get down to cozy business, the Pemba Cardi is your girl. It's that kind of chunky classic raglan that everybody needs in their wardrobe, and this one is Tunisian crochet, and you'll find it inside my book, The Tunisian Crochet Handbook. The Magnus Cardi by Make and Do Crew. Now, this is an example of yarn choice going exactly right. Those little peekaboo windows of the crochet block stitch make me want to go The Diamond Crochet Cardigan from Brianna K Designs. This is a timeless piece that's gonna go great with a dress, with jeans, or if you're bumming it around in your PJs. What I personally love is that Brianna shows us what this cardigan looks like at multiple lengths. Not only do we see it cropped, but we see it all the way down to the hip. 10 out of 10. The Kaya Cardigan from Evelyn and Peter. Rachel has so many lovely cardigan designs. It was really hard to narrow it down, but the Kaya Cardigan is my favorite. Textured stitch, inset pocket, ribbing details, drop shoulder. It is the quadfecta of a fabulous piece. The Almond Stitch Cardigan from Life in Yarn. Speaking of texture, have you seen the Almond Stitch Cardigan from Life in Yarn? It's super lovely and it does look like one of those patterns where you have to pay attention and count, but aren't the good ones always worth it? Don't be surprised if you see this on my hook soon. Amorose by Two Brothers Blankets. You learn something new every day, and I didn't know that my buddy Michelle designed for Expression Fiber Arts. She released this truly timeless cardigan earlier this year, and it seems like the perfect fit for that that really lovely yarn you've been stashing for too long. You know what yarn I'm talking about. Stout Weather Cardigan by Lori. If you want to know a little something about crochet tailoring, you need to go talk to my friend Lori. This cardigan is Tunisian crochet and it uses fingering weight yarn paired up with a lace weight yarn, so either a mohair or a suri. And I just know with that lovely little fuzzy halo, I will not want to take that thing off. The Odette Cardigan by Heart Hook Home. Last but not least, we have the lovely Odette cardigan. Ashley has more crochet cardigan patterns than you can shake a stick at, but I chose this one because it just looks so cozy. It's made from boucle yarn, which you don't see worked up in crochet very often, and the oversized fit is right up my alley. If you need a light layer or just want to liven up a basic outfit, vests and shrugs are the way to go. The Grandpa Sweater Vest by TL Yarn Crafts. We'll kick things off with one of my newest designs, the Grandpa Sweater Vest. You know I'm a sucker for all things granny squares, and this project has been kicking around in my head for years. There's something just very cool about this piece. The person wearing it doesn't take themselves too seriously, but they take fashion very seriously. The Hooded Granny Square Vest by Mama in a Stitch. I was about 2 seconds away from whipping this thing up just the other day. It's made from worsted weight yarn, but I have a ton of DK weight scraps that would probably work just fine for this. See My Vest by Zines and Roger. If you're too nervous to jump right into a crochet sweater project, a vest might be a good place to start. This one is lovely because it is made with DK weight yarn and it looks great either colorful or solid. If you want to infuse some color without all that headache, use a variegated yarn and I bet you'll get a great effect. The Agnes Sweater Vest by Bethany Lynn Makes. Now I promise you, I'm not gonna throw in every granny square project I find, but it would have been a crime to leave this one off. The granny squares are crocheted, but the ribbing is knit, which I think adds a nice finish to it. Now, if that scares you too much, don't worry, just substitute in some single crochet through the back loop. I ain't gonna tell nobody. The Winter Thistle Hooded Vest by Journey Chanel Designs. Now this is a piece that looks great from the front, but wait until you see the back. Those lovely pockets and the toggle buttons drew me in, but I stuck around for that lovely arched stitch on the back of this vest. The Aurora Slipover by Marinella Arapi. The slipover concept is really well done over on the knitting side of things, but you don't see it a lot over here in crochet. The clean lines of this piece are so sophisticated, but just make sure you block it at the end so your sleeves don't end up looking like airplane wings. The Houndstooth Vest by Hannah Alexander. There are a handful of crochet stitch patterns that make me stand at attention, and Houndstooth is definitely one of them. You can stick with the classic black and white, that's lovely and all, but why not jazz it up a little bit with some color? I'm thinking emerald green, a nice royal blue, or even a pretty deep purple is going to add some uniqueness to this piece. Vest number 28 by Daisy and Peace. I'm gonna level with you, babes. I am reevaluating our relationship because you never told me about Daisy and Peace. When I was researching for this video, I'm pretty sure I got stuck on their website for a good 30 minutes. I really wanted to make everything. All of their vests are so stunning, but the neckline on the number 28 vest, it gave me full body chills. City Waistcoat by Lilia Bjorn. You might know Tatsiana from her gorgeous crochet blanket designs, but did you know she designed gorgeous garments as well? The City Waistcoat is one of her more tame pieces, but it really just adds to its timelessness. Personally, I would make this piece in like 5 different colors and let that be my personality all year long. The Silver Shrug by Bechells. The crochet sleeves trend is a little tricky for me to wrap my millennial auntie brain around, but y'all are rocking it. I really like this piece, but I honestly love Michelle's story even better. According to her Etsy site, she was only crocheting for a few months before she racked up over 20 crochet garments. Now that is proof positive that you don't have to wait some mystical amount of time before you crochet your first sweater. You could literally start right now. The Wavy Sunday Vest by PJ Crochet. I had to add this one to the list because it is just so dang on cute. It's really amazing what you can do with a little bit of crochet color work and a lot of patience. The only modification I could see doing to this piece is maybe tapering it down a little bit just to snatch that waist. The Mosaic Cocoon by TS Crochet Design. This one is definitely on my to make list. The only thing you need to keep in mind is that it's written for a small medium size, so you have to get creative to size it up. But my guess is a heavier hook and a thicker yarn is gonna do the trick. The Sabrina Shrug by by TL Yarn Crafts. And we're gonna wrap up this section with one of my favorite pieces, this one right here. This is the Sabrina shrug. Now maybe it's just me and I'm a little bit weird, but if the backs of my arms are cold, I am just uncomfortable all over. I love that this piece is made with a wool cotton blend with a little bit of mohair, so I can stay warm without suffocating. When a cardigan just won't do, reach for a crochet jacket or poncho. Crochet makes a pretty dense fabric, which is perfect for outerwear. To kick off this list, we are looking at the Sawyer jacket from I Love Tinderbox. I fell in love with this piece from the moment that I saw it. Courtney does not play when it comes to well-fitting crochet garments, and she didn't pull out any punches for this one. What really gets me are the lovely details along the hem on the bottom, and it reminds me so much of those plaid shackets that come out around this time every year. The Rose Garden jacket by TS Crochet Designs. If you're feeling a little playful and want to be the center of attention, why not try out the Rose Garden jacket? All those 3D flowers are gonna have you looking like a walking piece of art. The Willow jacket by Whistle and Wool. You know what I like most about the Willow jacket? It is made with chunky yarn. So not only is it gonna work up quickly, but it's going to function like a jacket, keeping the cold away. I would love to slip this on for a quick little coffee run with the girls or for a nice little movie night with my beau. The Danya cardigan by Lola Crochets. Call it a jacket, call it a cardigan, call it whatever you want, but call me sold. I was following Maria's feed like a fiend when she was working on this. And can you believe the whole thing is crocheted in one piece? This is the kind of sweater that you have to make just to say you made it. And it's freaking gorgeous. You'll never want to take it off. The Snow Bloom Faux Fur Coat by For the Frills. Grace from For the Frills is cute as a button, and this jacket is adorable on her. But then I looked at the projects for this pattern over on Ravelry and I fell even more in love with it. This piece looks really good on everyone, and somebody even made one for her wedding. I mean, shut up. Now personally, if I was making this piece, I would probably pick up stitches around that arm opening instead of working the sleeve bottom up. That might help you avoid some of that indent that you get around the seam at the sleeve. Coat for a Diva by Hilda Stain. Now you know why I put this piece on the list, right? Who does this remind you of? Now if you said my mama Gwen, you are absolutely right. I could see Gwenny strutting around in this thing like a peacock. And since this pattern is fully customizable, anyone with a crochet hook can feel like a diva too. Crochet Jacket with Pockets by Ladria LeVay. Lately, YouTube has been recommending me this video like crazy, and now that the weather is dropping, I'm starting to think it's a sign. So I skipped around a little bit in the video to check things out, and I watched the section where she added the zipper. I promise you, my jaw is still on the floor and my mind is blown. Go check it out, you won't be disappointed. The Hearthside Crochet Jacket by Knit Crow Addict. Now this one right here, this is a classic. It's giving boss, it's giving sophistication. I just love the two-tone color, and that collar, it's immaculate. The Macchiato Poncho by Brianna K Designs. Now I'm gonna be straight with y'all, I'm not really a poncho person. It just kind of feels like somebody started a sweater and then gave up on it. But Brianna is really trying hard to change my mind with this one. This one is made with a circular yoke, and you just keep increasing all the way down until it's time to split for the sleeves. The sizes range from baby all the way up to 3XL, so this could be a very cute mommy and me moment. The Helios Poncho by Two of Wands. This project just released last month and I am still drooling over it. It's made from a bunch of squares all seamed together, and it really just feels like a blanket with armholes. It's made with fingering weight yarn too, and you know what that means. It's time to bust some stash. The Origami Swing Sweater by Yarnspirations. I'm very rarely impressed by the patterns that come from big yarn companies, but this piece from Yarnspirations really piqued my interest. I really like the construction of the piece, and also it looks like a great way to spruce up a pretty chill outfit. The Park City Poncho by Ruby Webbs. Let's close out this category with the Park City Poncho. This is a wildly easy pattern, but that's really part of the charm. No complicated stitches or convoluted construction. Everybody needs a mindless project every now and then, and you get a super cute poncho out of the deal. Alrighty loves, I saved the best and longest list for last, so go ahead and flip to a fresh page on your to make list and let's dive in to sweaters and pullovers. The Scorpio Sweater by Crochet Highway. Anna Maria released her first crochet sweater pattern like 2 years ago, and she has been knocking us over the head with gorgeous designs ever since. The Scorpio sweater is a fan favorite, and it's really obvious why. It is completely reversible and each side has its own personality. The Marigold Sweater by Namaste and Crochet. Now somebody recommended this piece to me, and I am so glad they did. This list has been full of lovely and practical sweaters, but this one is just fun. The flower details on the sleeve are so on trend, and the simplicity of the bodice keeps the focus right where it needs to be. Sweater number 36 by Daisy and Peace. Scrolling the Daisy and Peace website is dangerous. Just like I couldn't get enough of their lovely vest patterns, I got stuck on that crochet sweater page. I decided to add sweater number 36 because of the lovely clean lines and that gorgeous mock neck. The Celestial Sweater by Make and Do Crew. For the ultimate casual cool, look no further than the Celestial Sweater by Make and Do Crew. It's a really simple project, but something about the addition of the visible seam down the middle and also on the sleeve really elevates this piece. The Perfect Raglan by 11 Handmade. You've got to be pretty darn confident to call something the perfect raglan, but coming from our friend Linda, I totally believe it. And it's also fingering weight, which I love, and I knew I was stashing those sweater quantities for something. The Modern Cable Stitch Hoodie from TCD DIY. Now, if you're feeling adventurous, then you should really try this piece. It's got a little bit of everything. Post stitches, cables, a hood, everything that you need to really stay engaged in a project. The Obelisk Pullover by Cozy Knot. This sweater feels like a pared down crochet version of the knit Salty Days sweater, and I absolutely love that. And you really do have to have a mastery of crochet stitches to achieve those kinds of lines. It's classy, it's sophisticated, and definitely my speed. The Marinaire Striped Henley from Two of Wands. Now please indulge me in another Two of Wands fangirl moment, okay? The way that Alexandra executes a crochet garment is like truly magic. Just go to the product page for this sweater and look at the sleeve detail. It's just, I can't. This is a nice elevated classic with this Parisian flair, and I think all of our sweaters need something like that. The Patchwork Jumper by Iron Lamb. What, you thought you were gonna get a whole nother category with no granny stitch? Come on now, baby, we know each other better than that. This is the Patchwork Jumper from Iron Lamb, and when I look at it, all I can see are all the different color combinations. With the holidays right around the corner, I could see this made with a pink, a red, a brown, and a periwinkle. Think about it, okay? The Reggie Unisex Sweater, and I am not gonna butcher this name. This one made the list purely because of that adorable collar. Who would have known that a V-neck with a Peter Pan collar is gonna be so dang on cute? The Weekend Waffle Sweater by Woolbird. Now, I don't know how this thing snuck under my radar when it released last year, but it is gorgeous. Relaxing stitches, slip stitch detailing, and that mock neck. I mean, pick a feature. Whatever you like about this sweater, just know it's going on my hook very soon. The Breakfast Sweater by Talia's Crochet Creations. Ever since I finished designing the Molly waffle blanket, I've had the waffle stitch pattern burned into my brain. And then I came across this pattern and it just felt meant to be. The raglan construction is genius and I love the fit, but a little pro tip, move that back seam under the arm and you won't even be able to tell where one row starts and another ends. My Precious Sweater by Katarina Designs. Katarina just puts a smile on my face every single time she pops up in my Instagram feed, and I really love her pieces. She has a mastery of crochet design and also picks amazing colors. For the Precious Sweater, I particularly love the raglan line. I think it's a beautiful detail that also pairs very well with the lovely diamonds in the pattern. The Head-On Pullover by Just the Worsted. It's about time this category saw some Tunisian crochet, and thanks to our friend Lindsay, we finally have some. Those faux knit stitches and that lovely mock neck, they are just so on trend right now. I just gotta find the right yarn for this masterpiece. The Floor Sweater by Sandus Garn. Now don't sleep on Sandus Garn. They don't have a lot of crochet pieces, but the ones that they do have are very lovely. Now I put the Floor Sweater on this list, but they also have a cardigan version and it's got a zipper. Very cute. The Tropez Sweater by Paula Stricts. Yes, more granny stripe, but this time it's in fingering weight, so it's a totally different thing. The original version is made with a fingering weight cotton yarn and meant for the summertime, but you could switch that to some merino wool and make it perfect for autumn. The Mosaic Jumper by Nomad Stitches. Sandra is another one of those designers that really makes you respect crochet. This piece is so colorful, it's so textured with lots of different stitches, so it's definitely gonna test you as a maker. But I can 100% promise you, you'll be better for it and you'll have a gorgeous sweater at the end. The Honeycomb Raglan by Anna D. Making a raglan sweater is one of the best decisions a novice crocheter can make. No seams, no muss, no fuss, just a perfect fitting sweater at the end of the day. Anna D sets her piece apart by putting that cute little granny stripe detail on the sleeves, and it is just enough to set it apart from every other double crochet raglan on Ravelry. The Misha sweater by Shrugs. Yes, finally, this is the sweater that I wore in the last video and y'all were raving about this thing. What I loved most about this sweater is that it actually worked up pretty fast, which was important because I was under the gun to finish this for Rhinebeck last year. I wouldn't exactly call this one beginner friendly, but with a little bit of patience, I'm sure you can get through it. And to put a cute little bow on this list, I'm introducing you to the maple sweater, which is the piece I'm wearing right now, designed by yours truly, and it comes out in just a few short weeks. This sweater definitely has that my first raglan kind of vibe. You only need to know single crochets and double crochets, and it's sized from extra small all the way up to 5XL. Now, if you want to make this piece, make sure you're on my email list to get the details at launch. And there you have it, friends, over 50 crochet wearables that are gonna have you strutting through that apple orchard like you own the place. I would love to know which of these made it onto your to make list and what sweaters did I miss. If you have other crochet sweater recommendations, make sure you drop them down into the comments. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see y'all next time. Bye.